Dim Sum House outside of Hong Kong, and in a moment's time we're going to be meeting the founder of the chain, Michelin star chef Mak Wai Pui, and he's going to be telling us a few things about our favourite bite-sized snacks, and he's also promised to teach us a few tricks of the trade, so let's go and check it out. Dim sum dates back to ancient China and the Silk Road. Weary traders would often rest their tired feet at tea houses along the route, and the practice came to be known as yum ta, or tea tasting. Over the years, Cantonese in southern China began to introduce small bite-sized snacks to enhance the yum ta experience, turning the initial laid-back practice into a lively dining affair. Today, dim sum and yum ta are synonymous, enjoyed between friends and family alike. 早晨，麥師傅，你好，你好，多謝你整咗咁多碟點心俾我哋，哇，好似樣樣都有喎。係啊，係啊。咁我哋未試下之前，不如飲杯茶，俾我問你幾個問題先啦。OK， 好，幫你斟。唔該。Tea, according to Chef Mak, is an essential part of the dim sum experience. Brews like jasmine and black tea can help cleanse the palate and aid digestion, owing to their detoxifying properties. But when it comes to tea drinking, Chef Mak reminds me there are a couple of rules I need to keep in mind. To start, if you're the host, always fill the cups of everyone else at the table first, before your own. First dibs is considered rude, and this applies also to the food in front of you. You'd also want to show your appreciation to the person filling your cup by tapping the table like so. And finally, keep the conversation flowing. After all, dim sum or yum ta is supposed to be a lively and boisterous affair. 我見到我哋面前咁多唔同嘅點心喺度，有鳳爪啊，有蘿蔔糕啊，春卷乜都有，咁都用好多唔同嘅材料嘅。冇錯。整點心嗰陣時會唔會有啲咩特別材料特別多用嘅咧？When it comes to traditional dim sum, rice flour is a common ingredient. Used as a wrap in familiar items like the dumpling, it becomes a tantalizing hint at the other savory ingredients it hides. Some of these include shrimp, pork, chicken, beef and fish, along with a variety of fresh vegetables, regular fare that, according to Chef Mak, has remained unchanged over the years. 哇！咁真係好開心啦！今日有得試咁多唔同嘅點心，樣樣都咁好味。但係師傅，你頭先應承過我哋話會教我哋幾個秘密，不如入廚房去試下好嘛？冇問題。好，唔該晒你先。Chef Mak has honed his craft for over 30 years using traditional dim sum recipes handed down over generations, but this hasn't stopped him from adding some of his own ideas to the mix. His signature baked char siu baos are crispy on the outside and sweet and juicy on the inside, a twist to the softer steamed version served elsewhere. His secret, a sweetened butter glaze applied to the buns as they're prepared, a process Chef Mak was kind enough to show me firsthand. Right, well, I almost looked the part with my hat and my apron on. It's time to get my hands dirty now. 咁師傅多多指教。冇係。Having had some experience in the kitchen, I was looking forward to getting my hands dirty. Little did I know, making dim sum is a lot harder than it looks. According to Chef Mak, it takes years for anyone to learn how to properly craft one of these delicate bite-sized treats. Just the right amount of force is needed, for instance, when molding the char siu bao into shape. The wrong touch and the bun could burst, or worse, lose its shape. Getting the filling right is another make-or-break aspect behind a Michelin-star char siu bao. Working with a marinade that's too hot and the bun will end up soggy. If left to cool for too long, the filling loses its signature moist texture. 哇！你整得咁靚，我整到好肉酸喎。我整幾十年啦嘛，你整幾十秒都未夠，嚟，我幫你搞翻佢啦，呢度攣實就得㗎啦。With Chef Mak's help, we soon got a few of the buns ready for the oven. Only one thing remained, coating them with the glaze. Now this was something I could do. Containing a carefully balanced mixture of eggs, flour and sugar, the glaze is what gives Chef Mak's char siu baos their recognizable golden brown appearance. It also adds to the bao's sweetened taste. And with that, it's off to the oven.
Right, it's time to get the verdict on my work. 咁師傅，俾你試下我啲手勢先。OK。得唔得？算你啊，得，算你得啦。He says it's all right.
So there you have it, some things to think about the next time you're enjoying your favorite bite-sized treats over a cup of Chinese tea.
Hungry already.
Thinking the nearest dim sum store, they open about 10:30, 11. Okay, I think that's what I'm having for lunch. But you know, that whole tea thing that Patrick, you were sharing with us about the fingers and drumming the fingers. I searched online, supposedly that in the past there was an emperor who went to a tea house and, you know, he saw how they were pouring the tea and he wanted to try it out himself. He went in disguise, of course, so he started pouring tea for people, but because people have to bow to the emperor and they couldn't do it in public, so he came up with this whole, you know, tap with the three fingers to show that you are still paying respect to the emperor as he poured the tea.
I didn't realize that. I actually thought it was rude. It's like, hey,
give me more, give me more.
It's so rude, you know. Now I understand. Okay, that's actually paying respect.
Yeah, only happens with tea, not when they're pouring like other drinks, you know. I don't know if people appreciate the same.
Only at a dim sum place. Well, that was interesting. I mean, you were in the kitchen trying to...
I thought I managed reasonably well.
Yeah. Not too bad.
But what's more impressive, I think now we all see your Cantonese expertise, you know, very, very fluent, I'm going to admit, you know, something we didn't expect.
Did you watch it? Steve's going to ask you.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that you didn't bring anything for us.
Well, we did actually bring some in that day afterwards, but you guys didn't stick around, so, you know.
Okay.
Doesn't matter, I'm sure there are lots of opportunities we can visit the restaurant, right?
And in fact, if you want to do, you're telling us, Yvonne, that in Australia it's very common for Mother's Day to bring your family and your mother for yum cha, right, to have dim sum.
It's a really common way to get the family together and to show your mum your appreciation and take her out for yum cha in Melbourne anyway. Yum cha there is very, very good.
It is very good. Although in some places, I remember, they give you, it's really huge. The portions are, the siu mai is like, I'm like, wow, this is one big siu mai, you know.
Cater for the Australian consumers, diners rather.
But we thought we'd wrap up the show by giving us, you know, all the chance. I know I've been asking you earlier. Just say a little short something that you want to your mum, and you can do it in your own language, or you can do it in Cantonese.
Except yours, of course.
And unfortunately, we don't get to celebrate with Mum because she's overseas. But I'm thinking of Mum. I love you, and thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made for me. I really appreciate it.
There you go, done in Australian.
Well, I know you really want me to say it in Cantonese, but my mum is English, of course. So I'm just going to wish her a fabulous day. And sorry I can't be there this weekend, and I hope to see you soon.
How would you say it in Cantonese? Just help us. How would you say like Happy Mother's Day in Cantonese?
母親節快樂.
I think it's 母親節快樂 in Mandarin.
That sounds,
Does it sound familiar to you?
Last I checked, I'm Chinese, that's right. I'm just not very good with it. So, thank you to all mothers out there.
Yes,
I think,
indeed. 감사합니다. 행복하세요. I love you.
谢谢我们都爱你谢谢你帮我们长大 Okay, there you go. I was dumbfounded, lost for words.
Anyway.
But we are done. We are done for Friday, the 10th of May, and we're of course not here during the weekend, but join us anytime online. You can continue to share your thoughts about your mums on our Facebook page. We'd love to have it there for you.
I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.